All right, we are on the record here with what's the guy's band's name?
Tell No One, and side projects is Amanda McDickin, and
Well, I've got all kinds. I'm in Tell No One, Knavery, the Bruins, and Heavy Head. I think that's it right now.
That's a lot. You guys are doing a lot.
Oh yeah.
Pretty interesting.
stay busy.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys would, could share some of your greatest, what you would feel like would be inspirations or people that, are impactful in like forming your worldview, who would those people be?
Oh man, the list is endless. Mainly right now, the biggest thing that I'm drawing from is active listeners, people that want to send the vibration back at me after I create it from the instrument. There's a list of people that obviously you could call influences, but most of them are doing the exact same thing that I've kind of figured out, which is realize that they're channeling, that they're not the ones playing the music, that it's drawing from something bigger. And so I'm more into the collective concept of vibration through healing, sending it out and trying to receive that back, and just focusing on the purity of music as a devotion and a practice.
Absolutely. So the community aspect.
100%, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really good. And how about you?
I don't know. I think I'm more of I'm just a music geek. Any way that I can further expand my own personal repertoire, or like to further dive deep into, the roots of American music, I guess. Because I've been so deep into, I live in Dayton, I'm super deep into funk. That's perfectly American music. So is bluegrass. So is, old school, like old time music. It's American music, I think it's cool, and I want to learn more about it. And the more I learn about it, it just keeps me going, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, good stuff. So when did you guys, as a band, kind of like meet up? How did that happen? And was it organic? Did you guys were you looking for each other or looking for bandmates, or the universe just
He ran into me when I was working at Guitar Center, and I helped him pick out a new interface and
a new recording interface.
Yeah, and then it was two peas in a pod, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this guy knows this stuff. Okay, let's. He's my guy now. I quit Guitar Center, and sure enough.
That's awesome. So do you guys as a band, do you have any goals, or do you have anything necessarily kind of like set in stone as like an intention, as to where you would like to be in a couple of years, or just, what does the future hold for you guys, do you think?
Personally, I've kind of made those goals before in other projects, and kind of done the whole vision boarding thing, and it always ends up sidetracking. So for me, I'm trying to focus as much on the music and the purity of the music, and not forgetting the joy that it brings me to hold the instrument and play it. And if I'm focused on that, all of the other good shit comes, and then sky's the limit. Really, it's the moment that I derail from that as the objective, it feels like things slow down. If I stay focused on just the purity of practice and music, then the manifestations are like daily. I mean, the next person shows up, the next gig, everything just kind of steamrolls. Really, we've talked about not playing in clubs as much anymore. I'm not real big on, the big capitalist view of pushing alcohol sales to people that aren't going to really listen to music or remember it. I'm more into playing stuff like this. We're at LOMfest, I met Johnny at a music festival, and getting out there where people are actually spending money and time and energy to engage with the music and the healing and build the community is more what I'm involved in, rather than working with a club that's got a bottom line and $1 and looking to put asses in a seat to make money for a giant corporation. I'm far removed from that, man. I'd be just happy sitting on my porch playing as I am doing this,
Yeah, you guys are just basically sharing a piece of your soul, basically, at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, I come in as the technical guy.
Yeah, he's got all the technical stuff. He helps me. I have an idea or a thought, and I bring it to him, and then we make it happen, and it's really cool.
Just play your strength.
Yeah. I'm a geek, man. That's what I said. Like anything techie or gear, I'm the guy.
And he brought up Americana music, and just that the American tradition of music. My main focus is old time music. I study with David Bragger. He's world-renowned violin player, fiddle player, banjo player. He's from the West Coast. He's spent a lot of time finding some of these old guys that didn't get recorded, and maybe lived in a small county and played for small batches of people, and has been able to pull that tradition off of them and really hone it in. And now he teaches ethnomusicology at UCLA and at a lot of fiddle camps and stuff. So I locked in with him a couple years ago. He's very similar to Austin and I as far as just music nerd, and I hope he doesn't hear that, but he would agree with me. And yeah, I can't thank him enough, man. He's really helped me realize that this is our music. I mean, we're, as a country that's a bunch of immigrants, our cultures are so meshed in that the stuff that happened when a lot of these immigrants came together and tried to form community, it's Appalachian music. You've got a lot of the African syncopation coming in and the rhythms, and you've got a lot of European melodies, and that melded in the hills. It became old time music. The shit that got recorded in Nashville that's called bluegrass isn't the real shit. That's not real old time music. Real old time music is like funk. We meet up on the 1 and we dance around on the 2, 3, and the 4. It makes your ass move,
Absolutely.
So we're, we just like you see how we are. What you see is what you get. We let the music speak for itself. We don't need to put a suit on. Right. Not looking to cut something on the Opry. I can give a shit less about any of that.
Right. Absolutely. So I feel like, if you guys are really into the Americana, that's kind of what you're doing. I mean, you play Jackaro, you guys do that right off the rip. I mean, your set was absolutely awesome. But with your interest in that, I can definitely tell that you guys are very familiar then with like folklore and a lot of the things that come with that. And if you could articulate, or if necessarily how, if you have like a favorite story or something that was like very impactful that of American folklore that maybe made its way into your music, or influences your music in some way.
Well, there's a large repertoire of tunes that I'm drawn from. One of the tunes we played tonight was a Gribble Luskin York tune, and they're the first black string band to be recorded. There's a ton of material that I don't think most people know. It's pretty obscure, but those guys is another tune we played by an old guy named Alonzo James that was a freed slave, and that's coming directly from the lineage of Mel Durham. I was taught that by my teacher, who learned it from his teacher, who learned it directly from the family that lived next to Alonzo. So that's stuff that is like ancient, man, and it's handed down. And when I'm playing that, it's almost like teleporting back in time.
Absolutely.
Like where my mind's going with it.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I'm not frozen in time. So I'm pulling a lot of that stuff, and instead of just constantly drawing from that well, I am writing my own originals and infusing my own story and the experience that we're having,
Absolutely.
in 2023.
I think that's the beautiful part about bluegrass right now. I mean, personally with Billy Strings, he brought me, I was aware of a lot of artists, but when I saw him, I heard him play, I got really into him, and there was just a lot of the folklore, a lot of the old tunes that are passed down, and there's some iteration of them played by other bands. I mean, with the folklore part of it, you can you hear the lyrics show up in other people's lyrics, like even if it's just a snippet or something like that.
Yeah.
It's really, to be into that is something that I feel is really important as just people from this country. Like you said, we're a melting pot, so yeah. I feel like it's really important. What you guys did is, I love what you guys are doing out there.
The jamgrass scene, man, is where I cut my teeth. So I've been to quite a few Del Fest, Appalachian Uprising. Those are music festivals I grew up going to, and everybody kind of draws from the same well of fiddle tunes, and it's really cool. You can travel from state to state, and people play the tunes a little bit differently depending on where they got them from, but in essence it's the same tune. And so without ever jamming with anybody or knowing these people, you can jump in, hop out of your car, go to a jam and play with 20 people that you've never rehearsed with, and play music for 5 or 6 hours. And most of the time you don't even meet them until after the fact, if you even meet them. There's been times where I've jammed with a guy for 4 or 5 hours, I turn around and he's gone. I see him again the next year. We jam again for 2 or 3 hours. He's gone. The third year, I finally remember to stop playing some music and ask him his damn name. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I mean that's a running thing in the jamgrass community that I love. You know, a lot of festivals have, you know, drum jams and stuff like that, but the jamgrass scene is so rich in the purity of, like, you're getting quality music in the parking lot, you're getting it at the campsites, and then the stage is like a bonus.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to the stage and you make it there, great. Most of these shows that I go to, I'm rarely at the stage. You know,
Right,
I pay money to go walk around and meet people and jam. You know,
absolutely. Man. All right, we got 10 minutes here. Okay. Well, I think that's good. Is there anything you guys, you know, like upcoming shows, any original stuff you're working on that, you know, you're just excited about or you want necessarily people to know about? Just, you know, like any kind of, we can use this space right here for, you know, kind of talking about your future plans and, you know,
A little bit of promo.
yeah, basically a little bit of promo. Just,
so yeah, just Linktree, Tell No One, Linktree, Mando McPicken, Huge Face
I was
Productions.
gonna say we're
studio.
working on an album at my studio, Huge Face Productions. Hopefully, probably next year.
Yeah, we'll have it by the holidays. The plan. Yeah, there'll be a solo album, Mando McPicken as well on there. I'm gonna put out probably an album with Austin of just old time tunes. Yeah, we're just chopping it up, man. If any of that stuff will get you into kind of the nest egg. I'm also playing in a group called the Emerald Alliance. Be at Pyro. All of that stuff kind of will culminate and interweb together. So if you go to one of them, you'll find the batch of it, you know?
Absolutely. Well, you guys, I'm more than excited to my ideals and what I've been just probably in the last 4 or 5 years been, you know, I've been turned on to just the rich history that comes along with the music scene that we're in. And I'm grateful and appreciative that you guys spent some time with me and shared a little bit of your life with me. So I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate you introducing yourself and giving us, you know, a chance to speak.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw you guys there, it was I was like, I gotta see what these guys think, dude.
Yeah,
I gotta
man.
just, like, you know, take a peek into their brains a little bit, you know.
Well, I mean, building community is huge, man, and I appreciate you for what you're doing. It's a big part of it, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So,